I have personally witnessed fleets of aircraft emitting garbage in the sky, which turns into artificial cloud cover, creating artificial overcast conditions. And I want to hear from a meteorologist an excuse worthy for me to accept of why naturally the sky is like this, other than what I've witnessed myself, which is fleets of aircraft emitting garbage in the sky, which is creating this condition.
But I will agree with you that there are things being done covertly. I agree 100% on that. I just, that's what it's impacting you personally. Hello, and thank you for calling AccuWeather.
AccuWeather, this is Emily. How can I help you?
Hi, yes, may I please speak to a meteorologist?
Can I ask who's calling?
This is Amanda Baise,
Where are you calling from?
Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Are you a client of ours?
A client? No.
Okay, because only clients can speak to meteorologists directly.
Wait, how would I be a client of AccuWeather?
People pay for, weather alerts and warnings and to speak with meteorologists about weather.
So you have to
stuff.
pay to speak to a meteorologist. Okay, well, do you have someone there that I can speak to about the conditions here in Hampton Roads?
Unfortunately not. Like I said, you have to be a client to speak with someone directly.
How do I become a client? That's interesting.
You can go to our sales department if you would like.
Sure, send me to your sales department.
Sure, just one second.
Oh, this is Rich.
Hi, this is Liz. How can I help you?
Hi, yes, I was calling to get some information on how to become a client of AccuWeather.
Okay, and what type of service were you looking for?
I wasn't aware that you had any services, so I guess we could start there. What is a basic service of AccuWeather, and how much does it cost?
What kind of business are you in?
I'm just a civilian citizen.
So if you just need basic, which is for businesses and companies, enterprise.
Okay, can you give me, or can you direct me to a phone number or to just where I would look up to get to speak to somebody about the weather conditions here in Hampton Roads? Like, who do I call? Is there a public number?
No. No, our meteorologists are business-based, but you can get for free on AccuWeather.com. You can get that on your cell phone, smartphone.
Right. I want to know, I need to speak to somebody because some stuff's been going down here in Hampton Roads. So is there
$250 to start.
$250? Okay.
Yeah.
And then that would,
with a meteorologist.
okay, so what is it, $250 a month?
Oh, no, that's for a consultation service.
Oh my gosh, so it costs $250 just for a one-time
Yes.
consultation?
Yeah, see, what they do is if you give them the area, then they pull up a customized forecast just for your area. So they have to sit there for an hour or two to do the exact, it's technical.
Wow, okay. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
don't they have that on radar? I mean, don't they have like a live streaming, isn't it?
Yes. Oh, yes. Do you have computer?
Yeah.
Okay, just go to AccuWeather.com.
Right. But then I wouldn't be able to speak to the person because I have specific questions. Do you think if I should call, is there a government agency that I could call that has to give us information?
I don't know. You could call the National Weather Service.
National Weather Service. Okay. I'll try them.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
All righty. Sorry I couldn't help.
That's
Thanks.
okay. Bye.
Bye-bye. National Weather Service.
Hi, yes. May I please speak to a meteorologist?
And where are you calling from, ma'am?
Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Okay. Are you just needing to know about the weather for the weekend?
Oh, no. I just wanted to ask him some questions about the past month.
Okay, one moment.
Okay.
Eastern Standard Time Sunday. The National Weather Service in Wakefield has issued a winter storm. How can I help you?
Hi, yes. Are you a meteorologist?
I used to be. Now I'm their IT, but I can do both.
That's okay. If you used to be, that's close enough for me. Okay, so my name's Amanda Baise, and I live in Virginia Beach, Virginia, and we have been overcast for over a month now. And I was just wondering if you can explain to me why we've been overcast for over a month.
No. There's no quick answer. I mean, as far as cloud coverage and all that stuff, we don't track, like statistically, like the percentage of cloudy days. I mean, it's stuff you can probably look up. Are you right on the ocean? Are you on the ocean view side, or?
No, I mean, I live near the beach, but I'm not on the ocean.
Right. I mean, there isn't any big major weather pattern that is causing anything like that. Are you talking like the seasonal, like?
I'm talking about our skies have been completely covered, which I have documented through video footage for the past month, and even longer than that. And I also would like to point out that I have personally witnessed fleets of aircraft emitting garbage in the sky, which turns into artificial cloud cover, creating artificial overcast conditions. And I want to hear from a meteorologist an excuse worthy for me to accept of why naturally the sky is like this, other than what I've witnessed myself, which is fleets of aircraft emitting garbage in the sky, which is creating this condition.
We don't have any relationship with the military at all. There's no relationship at our office, so we have no clue, if such a thing was occurring. They don't ever communicate that with us.
Right, but I didn't mention the military. I just want you to...
Or aircraft, rather. I mean, I've surfed down at Virginia Beach the last couple of, the last month and a half, a few days. And yeah, you're right. I had some sun in the morning, and then driving back to work, it definitely got really cloudy.
It got cloudy because of the aircraft emissions. I witness this. I document this. I have all the footage. And, I find it very disheartening that when I go to the authorities, the proper quote-unquote weather authorities, they do absolutely nothing about it. We're not getting sun. We're not getting photosynthesis. We're not getting the sunlight that our bodies need, and the aircraft emissions that are spraying out into the sky, I watch them as they start off as a line, and they spread apart, and they turn into cloud cover.
Now, how high up are these aircraft that you're saying? Are you talking like the kind that's high enough where you can't hear them, like jetliners, or are we talking like the military?
I'm talking about fleets of aircraft going in every single direction, making X's, grids, doing U-turns, doing circles, laps. I mean, these are commercial jets, military jets, jets with no identifiable markings on them, jets that show up on flight radar, jets that don't show up on flight radar. I mean, this is absurd. And I believe it's a crime against humanity, what's going on. I believe this is weather warfare. I want an answer from a meteorologist that will make sense to me so I can put this into perspective.
Today's not a good day to talk because you've got a storm that's going to come up from the Gulf Coast area across southeast. So I'm looking at satellite imagery right now, and you've got, an entire blanket of clouds, let's say from Alabama all the way to Maine. And then if you go back west a little bit, once this system comes through, it's going to be a quick shot tomorrow. You're going to get some clearing into Sunday into Monday. And you should get some sunny skies.
Oh, so sunny skies for 2 days out of 30. I mean, that's...
Well, your weather does usually come from the west to the east. So, I mean, I can't comment on anything that the military might or might not be doing. That's not what I went to school for as far as, but I'm looking at weather that's coming at you from the southwest right now.
I mean, but do you guys actually, when you're doing your weather forecast, can you see the airplane emissions, that are going across the sky? Because I can see them with my bare eye. I can see them from my airplane when I'm looking down.
The only time we can see that stuff is if, and this goes kind of full circle, if it was a clear day on a satellite, okay? So like we can see a forest fire if there's clear weather, and somebody lights a forest fire, let's say they set a couple hundred acres on fire. We can see that on our visible satellite imagery. And then anytime any other clouds get in the way, then they're being blocked. So if it was a completely clear day, we occasionally see the contrails from aircraft, but they're moving. Those contrails are moving a lot quicker than the satellite imagery is really designed to take a picture of.
Okay, now you use the term contrail. What does that mean?
That's the water vapor that comes out the back of an aircraft.
Well, what makes you say that it's water vapor? Because you haven't identified.
That's a byproduct of every combustion.
Right, but you haven't identified the specific aircraft that I'm speaking of, and without testing the emissions, it's unscientific for you to definitively state that it's a contrail.
No, it is. Any combustion engine has an output of water. You look behind your car if it's warming up and running, you're going to see drips of water coming
Well,
out.
where were the contrails 10, 15 years ago? The airplanes didn't always emit trails that crossed across the sky. I remember what skies looked like when I was a kid. I remember what skies looked like in 1994 when I graduated high school. I mean, I can go back in history. The first quote-unquote contrail that you're saying I witnessed in 2005. So do you mean to tell me that you're going to tell me that you know for a fact that there are aircraft up there that are not spraying something?
I have no clue about that.
See, so you can't. So if you don't know for sure, sir, I'm telling you, I'm concerned that these are aircraft that are spraying stuff into the atmosphere to create this artificial cloud cover.
Well, have you gone in contact with the EPA?
Yes, sir. I testified on C-SPAN about it.
And what was their?
Their response was to cover it up, which is they're the biggest cover-up agency out of all of them. I've been to the FAA, the DEQ, the FBI, the police. I mean, the governor, the White House. I mean, you can name any type of agency. I've already spoken to all of them. I just find it very disheartening that, you know, you're a meteor or ex-meteorologist, but you're still a meteorologist. You don't lose it, you know, but that you guys are gonna. Not one of you guys is going to stand up for us and say something different is going on. I mean, if you've been watching the skies, you have to notice that there's a difference in what's going on in our atmosphere right now. They are experimenting up there. They're doing something.
Well, I don't. Me personally, my worries are of other sorts of governmental things. We'll agree to disagree on this certain topic, but I think that there are other things that they're doing that I would be personally more concerned about.
Let me ask you a question. Can you see what they're doing above the artificial cloud cover?
Now the problem with that is we've got multiple cloud layers. When you actually have weather, like let's just say there is weather that's creating some of the clouds, then the satellite, you're seeing a series of layers. And remember, those aircraft are moving way faster than satellites are designed to snap pictures of. That's the other problem.
Oh, you understand how frustrating this is for me to be.
No, I do. And we will agree to disagree on this particular event, but I will agree with you that there are things being done covertly. I agree 100% on that. I just, that's what it's impacting you personally.
Yeah. Is there some way for you guys to test the atmosphere for heavy metals and chemicals that may be being added without our consent?
We don't have any chemists here. That's problem number one. Problem number two is even if we could get a chemist to come out here to get an accurate sample would be really hard. See, I don't even know if airborne chemists can they'd have to probably fly an aircraft through it. See, when you drop something, let's say you're an aircraft that's 1,000 feet up and it drops something out, that's going to fall over several miles. That's another problem. And what about, not the EPA, what about something like, I want to say like Surfrider Foundation, but they're more than the oceans. That would be the other thing.
Well, I need somebody within the government with a chase plane that's willing to test these emissions for us and come back with an actual sample and give us a genuine answer. I mean, this is ridiculous I'm just one person. I shouldn't have to, I track planes.
Have you talked to them?
I'm sorry?
About
Greenpeace does not test air emissions. DEQ does not test air emissions. And even the DEQ, they do not test for heavy metals and chemicals. Like, they will test for other stuff, but not the heavy metals and biological material. That's what we're concerned about.
Right.
So,
another one, what I'm thinking, the Audubon Society, but they're pretty much always...
And the Sierra Club and all that. These are all fluff. They do their little part, but they don't deal with this. What I'm dealing with is a clandestine spraying operation that's probably some covert military thing that I'm unable to get help from with anybody. And I've been doing this for years and years. It's just going
What about
on.
the universities down there?
I've already tried them. Yep. They actually said that I tried to get ODU to test my snow. I have a bag of snow in my freezer that I wanted to get tested. Is there any number that you can refer me to?
Not with the chemist handling that. Well, the other thing is, what about, the private testing?
No, they told me that. They said that they cannot, they said that I could actually have my test. I called NASA, and they're like, well, you can have your test analyzed, and you can bring us the results, but we can't prove that you didn't taint it, where you got the sample from, what caused that contamination. It's a wide variety of things. So the EPA themselves even told me that they would have to come out and get a sample, and then they would have to put that sample through Congress before they could even come back and act on it. It's, you guys have made it, not you, but the system has made it impossible.
Don't blame me.
Yeah, the system has made it impossible for the people to protect themselves. All we want is clean air. I'm a voice, one of the many, but...
well, the only thing I could think of is maybe Google online a private testing company that would come out to your property. Let's just say they took a couple ounces of your soil. They'd have to put it in a jar and do a chain of custody, meaning that they'd have to track that it goes from your yard to the jar, sealed, to the lab, to a chemist. Because I used to, before I went to Weather Service, I used to work for Corning, and I was a lab technician, and we had to do that whole thing. Now, there's tons of private companies like that would come out and test your water and test your soil, and that's relatively inexpensive, and that way you get a tracking of custody.
Yeah.
Now, let's just say that stuff was falling from the sky, then it's obviously hitting your roof, it's hitting your trees, it's hitting your yard, it's hitting you. The only way you could get a smoking gun is to have your soil tested, because it's, let's say it's falling on your yard.
I have all those results. I have soil, blood, hair, and water. And I actually brought them before the EPA in Washington, D.C. on live national television, and nothing happened.
What did the results show, though?
The results showed high levels of barium, strontium, aluminum, mercury, lead, all kinds of crazy stuff, uranium and stuff, and nothing happened, sir.
That's interesting, though.
Okay, let me ask you a question personally. What's your name?
I'm Brian.
Brian. Okay, Brian. How long is it until you retire?
A long time.
Oh. So I was going to see if maybe you could help me.
No.
You can't help me on the side?
No, I don't have the connections like that. Like
You're a meteorologist at the National Weather.
Yeah, but see, we just look at the clouds and all that stuff. What it sounds like is you need an atmospheric chemist. And that's the thing, and I don't have any contact with that.
You don't have any
The
atmospheric...
other place you could go is maybe out in Boulder, the University UCAR, which is Atmospheric Research Center, University of Colorado type stuff. And they might have some consulting meteorologists, but...
Okay, why do you say the University of Colorado?
Yeah, that's UCAR, like the atmospheric research people up there.
Okay.
But this is a battle you're going to have to fight, and then I don't know other than getting. Now, when you say that you did the lab analysis, if they took a sample, let's say from West Virginia, is that going to come up the same type of stuff? Did the results say that the levels were of?
Oh yeah.
The in or out of tolerance for like human living.
Oh yeah, like that hundreds of thousands of times. In some cases, they were just astronomical. Yep.
And your local health department wasn't concerned about that?
I've gone through I've gone through everybody, yes. I mean, if I brought forth this information on live national television to the EPA, the heads of the EPA, and they didn't do anything about it, what makes you think my local health department is? I mean, I already went to the health department first. They were one of the first people. It was going to be televised. I've had wavy TV 10 News involved. I mean, you really can't name an avenue I haven't tried to exploit. But it's just crazy, and it's really sad. But I'm just concerned that we're never going to not be overcast again. We've been overcast for so long. Every morning when I wake up, it's the same overcast. And then when the clouds part, there's that airplane emission right there in the middle. You know, they're spraying above the clouds. So.
Well, this isn't a good example today because you've got weather actually coming up the coast. So this is legitimate weather. Now, and aircraft are still flying today. You just don't see them.
It's not the flying aircraft. It's the spraying aircraft. They're two different aircraft. There's normal aircraft, and then there's aircraft that are intentionally adding stuff to the atmosphere. It's called... I'm not going to use this term because I don't even know if I believe it, but it's geoengineering, climate weather warfare. I mean, who knows if they're using it for like radar or if they're using it for the satellites or, I mean, I'm not going to speculate, but I'm just saying that it's ridiculous. So you're saying that I should call the University of Colorado, right?